Hi, welcome back to Creations by Susan K. We're going to show you something today. It's a little different. It's a tabletop centerpiece, but we're using a bird cage. This particular bird cage is in a teal color. I went ahead and put the foam on it to get it ready, but this one here is a piece where you can take and it's separated, so it's easier to work with. So we're going to make basically two different, one on the bottom, one on the top, and put it back together. This bird cage came from Old Time Pottery. This one here, it was a real good bargain. You got to search for those bargains if you want to fix something up. Again, there's a lot of very nice stuff out there. When you do pieces like this, when you glue down your styrofoam, you use your duct tape, because if you have metal or glass and you glue it down on there with your hot glue gun, this is, I'm going to get this and show you. The hot glue gun here, this one has a real fine tip, so you don't have to put a big glob of glue. You can use just small amounts. But if you use the pieces with this here, you'll take a piece of your duct tape and you'll cut it off. And then what I did is I glued it. I put a little bit of hot glue and then I glued it down and let the adhesive both work. So both of it was down there. So you have the glue down there. Once you do that, I'll save this for the next item I'm going to use. Then I glued my Sahara foam right on top. Remember, there's different type foams. I'm using silk flower, so Sahara is the foam you'd want to use. You can use styrofoam. Styrofoam's just a little bit tougher, and when you go to use styrofoam, a lot of times once you put your hole in it and pull it back out, it's loose. With this here, it snugs to it. And then there's another one that's for wet foam, for fresh flowers. You don't want to use that. And then there's one for dried foam, and that's a brown foam. So if you see brown, you know that's for dried flowers. So the Sahara foam, it's kind of squishy, that's the one you want to use. Okay, so we've got that one over there. I'm going to move this over, and we're going to decorate this up. We're going to use the colors of the teals and the creams and the apricot. This is a very popular color this year. I've added accent ribbons with the teal and the apricot. So we're going to see which one we will be using. And when I got the bush, there was several, I think there was like 5 or 6 on each one, and I'm going to use a white and the teal color. And then I'm going to also cut apart, and I'm going to use all the leaves. So you want to make sure that you take and use your hydrangea leaves also. I'm going to introduce my pick machine today too. This is my pick machine. This is, I think, this one here I got in 1973. So you can see they really last. It's a heavy metal, and it uses a metal picks, and we'll do another segment where we'll show how the pick machine all works. But I'm going to take where the little stem is, we lay it in there, we push it down, pull it up, and it puts a metal pick on there. It's very secure, but it's also be very careful because it's very, very sharp. But this here gives you an instant pick, so you don't have to sit and use the wooden ones that I've been showing you and all the other ones. Now this here, we're going to cut your stems down. We're going to use the hydrangea leaves on all of these. We're going to go adding a little bit of color with the teal and the white. And of course, remember, it's up to you what color you want to use, whatever your home decor is. So if you're using something like this and you want to accent in the room with maybe tossed pillows in peach or something in cream or something in the teal, accent that. That's 2 accents. Then go one more place, maybe a pretty vase or maybe a picture on the wall that you've bought, or some of the new wood pieces they've painted that says welcome or family or gathering that's in those colors. That's really, really nice to take and use them with it. So I'll give you 3 accent pieces so you can start a whole new design in your room. Okay, we're moving right along here. We're going to finish this one up, and I'm going to use the little leaves off of all my flowers. This one here I'm going to cut and make 2 picks. And we're going to take, covering the bottom. Now you got to remember, when I'm going to put this in here, I got to make sure I don't make it too big because it's going to stick out. So you're going to measure each time, or you'll have to be tucking your flowers in. And like this one back here, I'm going to put a pick on it. And I'm going to show you what I was doing. It was sticking way out past, so I'm going to take this one. Uh-oh, I pulled my foam off. Let's put a little bit more glue on there. This way you'll get to see what I'm doing ahead of time. Okay, I put quite a bit of glue on there. We're going to let that set a minute. While this is setting, we're going to go on over to the top of the bird cage because you want that to be nice and dry. And it takes about 10 minutes. We're going to go to the top, and I've got totally different flowers that I've cut that I'm going to grab for that one. We're going to make this one here for the top. And I also picked up a couple birds, and you can go with or without the birds. These here are some kind of blingy teal. Depending on the style you got in your home. You can make this very country. You can take and make it simple. You can make it elegant. You can take and do all kinds of things with it. Now, this one I also glued. Now, what I just did is I was pushing on that, and I didn't hold on to the foam. This one I'm going to hang onto the foam, and I'm going to take, and I'm going to use my touch here. We're going to touch here. And we're going to go back on the opposite side. Touch there. And we're going to go, I think I'll put the other white one here. And I'm going to give this some height because, again, if this is somewhere where you can use height, we're going to do this. If not, then we would keep it where it would stay lower. These are hydrangeas I bought at Michael's. I think the little spring bloom flowers, I think those are at Michael's also. I picked up a few pieces of the eucalyptus, and it was on a garland. I'm going to show you this. This is really a nice one. This one's a garland, and I got this on sale, but there's a lot of greens on it, so I will cut this off. So you don't always have to use the long stem ones, especially if you're going to use it in a product like this. Now I'm going to work on this side, and then I'll turn it around for you, so you can see it. That is really a pretty design, the eucalyptus. Now I think I'll save the majority of the other leaves for the bottom. I'm going to use a few because what I'm trying to do is color my foam. I don't want to use the moss in this here because I don't want the moss falling on top of the other flowers. Okay, I'm going to turn it around and show you. Then we're going to go back. We're going to cover the foam up over here. You're cutting your stems off shorter so that they will not poke all the way through. And let's see, I think I'll cut one of these. We're going to do one more of the, there, that's going to look nice. Okay. So I filled it on that side. Then I got one more section right here. And we're going to go back. And this is a seeded eucalyptus. It has the little seeds, so that one's really nice too. That's a real rich look, a really nice look. They use a lot of these in weddings and elegant pieces in the home. Now this is where I'm going to go with the height. We're going to take, let's see, I've got a couple of them here already picked. We're going to go up here to the top. That's going to be one of them with the height. Height sells, and what I mean by that, it sells in the look of how it looks. It looks a whole lot more expensive for you if you're looking for a really high style, elegant look. And I'm going to use all three colors. I'm picking the flowers. I'm even picking the little bitty small ones because I'm going to use just a touch right down here in front so you can kind of see. I'm going to go ahead and work over here. So wherever your color, your blue is, you're going to go with your opposite color of your peach. So if you're wondering, I'm not sure how to put this together with using three colors. That's the whole trick. You want to try to make using your little pieces as your barriers to break your color up. Now this one back here, the same way, I'm going to use that. And one more we use down here. And then we're going to put our little bird in it, and I've got one more piece at the top I'm going to use as an accent piece. And we need a peach color on this side. So we're going to pick those. We're going to put some peach over here. Of course, I'm putting it together as a demo. As you're working with it in your home, you can see what colors. All the items that I make up will be for sale, so watch for the pages that will be there. you will make several different ideas I will be bringing out. These will be for sale on Etsy, and you will see some of the things that I'm making maybe once or twice, but I never make the same design exact. I will do similar, but I will never make them the same. So this is the top part. Okay, now we're going to go ahead real quick, since this is dry, finish this one off. We're going to put our piece in there. We're going to put our piece in here. Doesn't take long. We just want to cover the foam, and I use very small pieces of foam. But again, you don't want to use too small because it'll break right in half or come off for you. And make sure you share, you like, and you subscribe to my page. And when you go to do these here, tell your friends about it. Tell people, you know, if they're wanting to learn how to make things themselves. I try to make the simplest things and find interesting different things, not the same old ordinary thing. I want to be able to show you how to make unique things. These would be awesome for weddings, if you need to do centerpieces for anniversaries. And don't forget to check out my other videos. I have a lot of different videos we'll be putting out. We've got some out now, how to make bows, how to take making Valentines. We're going to come up, our St. Patrick's Day will be coming out. Also, the Mardi Gras and everyday items. Okay, we've just got this one in here. I've got 2 more little pieces. We're going to add our birds, and these will be done. Now, how quick was that? So if you needed to make 10 or 15 of these for a centerpiece, and remember, you don't have to use the biggest ones. You can do several different sizes. There's all kinds of bird cages out there. And when you use a bird cage, you don't use as much flour when you use a smaller one. If you have any questions or ideas, make sure you make comments down on the bottom. I'll be glad to help you out and answer those back. Comment if you like. And again, have fun when you make something. Don't make it stressful, make it relaxing, because that's what it's all about. Now, I'm going to take one of the little birds. It has a little clippy on there. I'm going to clip it to my flower right now. And then if it doesn't work out with this bird cage, it's really cool where you can take. Now I'm going to put it on top. Then I'm going to pull my flowers through. So that's on that side. We're going to pull these flowers up here. And I'll weave these through the tops so that you can see. And then, if you'd like, I'm going to turn it around since my bird is heading that direction. Since that bird's looking that way, then maybe we ought to take this little bird and we will take and put him this direction. And thank you very much for stopping in and watching my video. And you have a great day.